Alright guys, grab a cuppa, settle in, and let's have a proper natter about the 2026 horror movie Hokum. If you're new around here, I am just your average British Welsh bloke who spends way too many evenings in the dark watching horror flicks and pretending I'm not a massive scaredy cat. So today I'm chatting about the new one that's got everybody proper jumpy, Hokum, directed by Damian McCarthy, the same guy who directed Oddity, which I absolutely loved. I watched this film just last night and blimey, it has actually stuck with me a little bit. It is creepy as hell in certain places. It's also a little bit slow in other places, but overall I really enjoyed it. Let's dive in. Hokum is a gothic supernatural folk horror that runs about an hour and 40 minutes. It stars Adam Scott, who plays this cynical American horror novelist who's clearly modelled as one of those Stephen King style troubled authors. He rocks up to this remote Irish hotel called the Bilberry Woods Hotel, the exact spot where his mum and dad spent their honeymoon many years ago. He is there to scatter their ashes under this big old redwood tree from an old family photo. Sounds simple enough, right? Nice little peaceful trip, a little bit of closure, and maybe a pint or two. But this place, of course, it's got history. The honeymoon suite has been locked up for decades because of some old local legend about a witch. And before you know it, he ends up tangled up in disappearances, strange locals, and the kind of creeping dread that makes you check the shadows in your own living room. It is very atmospheric, it's eerie, and it leans hard into that single location tension like The Shining meets proper Irish folklore. And I tell you what, McCarthy knows exactly what he's doing with the slow burn folk horror thing. Adam Scott is the absolute heart of this film, and I'll be honest, I didn't expect him to smash it this hard. His character is, well, he's actually a little bit of a prick at the start of this film. He's grumpy, he's a bit of an alcoholic, he snaps at people who just want to have a little chat with him, but he does carry a ton of family baggage and a horrible tragic tale of what happened to his mum and dad. And he plays it with this brilliant haunted vulnerability. You don't have to like him, but you end up sort of like understanding him. It's some of his best work that I've seen, hands down. He's not shouting or pulling faces, it's all in the eyes, those little pauses, and the way he looks like he's like, one bad night away from just losing it is proper compelling. This supporting cast is full of these wonderful, odd Irish characters that feel like they've lived in that hotel forever. You've got Florence O'Desh as Fiona. She's the quirky bartender, and she's an absolute delight on screen before things go a little bit sideways. You've got David Wilmot as Jerry, this batty local who's full of stories, and they're all not like just background characters. They give this place this lived-in, slightly untrustworthy vibe that makes the whole hotel feel alive, and maybe a little bit alive in the wrong way. Look, I'm not really a massive fan of jump scares these days. That is just so like naughties for me, especially the ones, where half the time they just feel super cheap. But Hokum does have a couple that genuinely made me, jump. There is this one sequence in the honeymoon suite, the lights are low, there's just this little lamp that he's holding, and then you've got the sound design, which is just absolute elite, by the way. Creaking floorboards, whispers that you're not sure that are actually real, and that low rumbling score that gets right in your chest. I mean, McCarthy uses negative space and shadows like a weapon. You're staring into the dark corners of the frame the whole time, waiting. And there's actually quite a few nightmarish visions as well. I won't describe them in detail, but there is this one, oh my word, it involved what looked like a children's TV character gone very wrong. Like a bunny mask vibe or something equally as twisted. And also, this film isn't really gore heavy, it is more psychological and folkloric. This slow build of dread is the real star of this film. You feel isolated, like the hotel itself is watching. Also, something really bad happens to a certain character in this movie. I mean, this character ends up dying a really horrible slow death, and it really gave me the chills. Like, wow, what a horrible way to be unalived. But I'll be straight with you here, guys. There is a little bit of a few slow moments in the middle. There are stretches where it feels like it's circling the same ideas and letting the tension breathe a little too too long. Some of the jump scares do feel tacked on, like the editor went, right, time for a jolt, instead of just letting the atmosphere do the work. It's not a flaw that ruins it at all, but if you're after non-stop action, you might find yourself checking your watch once or twice. The cinematography is stunning, those long corridors and, the misty Irish woods outside, and the way the camera just sticks with, Hokum's point of view, so you're right there with him, heart thumping. McCarthy's direction just feels confident and personal. It's not trying to be the next big franchise, it's just a really well crafted haunted house tale with heart. The themes of grief, regret, and how the past can haunt you harder than any ghost land really, really well, and the ending, it's got this proper emotional weight to it that I thought was done really, really clever. I won't ruin it for you guys, but it's good. On the flip side, yeah, the pacing does drag in certain moments, and there's a couple of plot threads that feel a tad convoluted, like the film's juggling one too many ideas and stories and doesn't quite tie them up as neatly as it could. I mean, it's nothing massive, nothing major, and it doesn't stop it from being a totally awesome film for me. So my final verdict now. I really, really enjoyed Hokum. It is creepy, atmospheric, and Adam Scott carries it on his shoulders. It's not perfect, it's a bit of a slow burn in certain places, just like I said earlier, but the scares that land really, really do land. And the whole thing feels like a proper love letter to old school folk horror with a modern twist. So, I'm gonna give Hokum a very, very solid 7.6 out of 10. I thoroughly recommend you go and watch it if you like horror that's thoughtful and unsettling rather than just blood and guts. And if you enjoyed Oddity, then I think you will really, really enjoy this film. If you have seen this film, then drop a comment below. Did the honeymoon suite freak you out? And what did you think of Adam Scott's performance? Let me know everything in the comments box below. Alright then guys, that is a wrap. Thank you all for stopping by. Make sure you do smash that subscribe button. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.